I was going to make a thank you Uzu video for the last update, but it looks like they updated again, and yeah, I think we're down to this video instead. Hello, YBA updated pretty recently, balance changes, fixes and stuff, and I'm not really happy with every single one of them. I am happy for golden skin finally getting a good damage reduction. I do not think that steel ball needed a ignore block. It was pretty okay before. You never was supposed to throw spin ball out of nowhere. For my opinion, they made a bit too much buffs for the spin, because they now increased its defense, they now decreased the rate at which the spin rate decreases, and in the last updates, as I remember, they increased the speed it charges, and also reduced the skill point of the skill tree. And I think that with all this, it really didn't need the bypassing block on the steel ball. I didn't have many time to play, but from what I see in my head, this is not something really good. Alright, they increased the Scarlet Overdrive's wind-up time, and I'm completely okay with it. It was too fast before. Emerald Splash, they nerfed the duration 2 times and basically increased the damage 2 times. I do not know if this is the right thing, because you could use an Emerald Splash before just to get your cooldowns off, because cooldowns of, for example, Emerald Barrier are pretty long. After you do the combo, you kind of have nothing to do. Since you can infinite combo now, it is more of a problem. And now you can't even do the Emerald Splash to win a few seconds for your cooldown. I do not think if this is really good, and nobody even abused the Hierophant Green in the first place, so it wasn't really that needed, like with the time stops, for example. It may be okay, but I feel like it's not okay. They increased the damage of a Grey Rapier by 30%, and I can see why they did this, but I don't see sense in this. They removed it so million pricks can no longer hit people with iframes. They increased the damage just to, as they think, to balance it, but it doesn't really balance it. It's like if you removed the time stop from the Star Platinum the world completely, but made it so beatdown now does 100% of your health and not the half. If they wanted to do something with Silver Chariot, they needed to do a whole rework, because giving a longer cooldown for a last shot and then removing the thing that makes it viable, but then increasing the damage, I do not think that a barrage that deals a third of someone's health is a good trade for removing the iframe hit and giving a 5 seconds more cooldown on the move. Now you can use Skull Crusher faster and more often, because it has a less cooldown and a better startup. Okay, it's now blockable, and I can pretty see why. It doesn't really break the whole game, but Platinum Slam now does 30 damage. Pretty big, you know, half an erasure. 25 would be pretty okay for my opinion, because now it has also a decreased cooldown. It has a pretty big hitbox. Only thing of a nerf they did to it, M2 wind up indicator, but it doesn't really nerf that much to buff it that much. Yeah, and they completely killed the Red Hot Chili Pepper, because now you can no longer do its only combo with Electric Flash, because it now does not stun people with iframes. It doesn't stun them anymore at all. No more Jawbreaker into Flash and the true combo. You can do nothing with Red Hot Chili Pepper now. They decreased the skill points costs of the trees of Deadly King and its evaluation, and also Gold Experience Requiem, and I kinda agree with it because they really ate much. Nothing to talk about here. Now Epitaph's Chop passive does more damage than the usual Chop, because usual Chop does 16 damage with something, and the Chop passive does 18 damage with something. And they both apply bleeding now. Kinda makes sense, because now you can use Epitaph only to dodge attacks and not to confirm anything. If you want to confirm anything, you want to buy a Chop passive, but it always misses. People can just literally walk and they won't get hit by the Chop passive because it will miss. It is not a true hit. I'm not happy with this. I don't know about you. It's already pretty dark, especially because of the rain. I had to turn my lights on. Now they decreased the duration of Reality Marble. They gave the Stonefree Aura Kicks a hyper armor. I kinda don't see how are you supposed to fight against the Aura Kicks now, because it comes out instantly, and now it has a hyper armor, and I don't see any ways to counter it. All the moves are blockable of Stonefree, and I guess it's a good trade to have at least one move that can be viable, but it just cracks in my head that something has hyper armor and has no wind up, even the sound. Something in my head says that it's wrong and must be gone, but we will see. Now Golden Spirit Requiem can just go Awakening and heal 90% of his health, because it now does not buff with the Awakening, the heal moves. Acidic Spew cannot hit people with iframes too now. And I think it's okay, because it was pretty easy to just dash and mash Acidic Spew and it would hit pretty much always. I think people will complain about this much. For me it's okay. Now, the thing that I'm really annoyed by is second hit of a Surface Intervention Punch is now not blockable. It bypasses it, and it doesn't really make that much sense for me, because now when you get hit by a Surface Intervention you just can't do nothing. You just stand there thinking, okay, it's my fate and I have to face it. There's nothing you can do. It only can be countered, but not every single stun in the YBA has a counter, you know. So it would be okay if you could like cancel it if the G Moon gets hit while doing the Surface Intervention, the second punch while it charges or something, it will get cancelled, then it would make some sense. But now you just can't do anything if you don't have a count. They also increased the damage of the G Moons by 30%, just like with Great Rapier, and I can see why, because the Great Shift is not blockable and Uppercut to the Moon does no longer get your standoff, but it didn't need that. I can tell you right now that you can confirm second hit of a Surface Intervention without any spec. You wanna know how? Just barrage! If you barrage, they can do nothing, they get hit by the second hit anyway. Why did you make it so you now can no longer block it? Even if you're smart enough to like R-finisher his barrage, M1 and cancel his Jawbreaker or something, it doesn't really help you. You just still get hit. It is not how the good design works. Not good at all. I do not want it to be here. It doesn't work like that. It just makes no sense. Make it blockable back. It was completely okay. You can just barrage and confirm the second hit out of the first one just by barraging. You do not need any spec moves. Why did you make it so you cannot block it now? Oh my gosh. I do not like it at all. Why does a move that does quarter of max vitality health cannot be blocked? Wanna see how much is the Simon problem now? I'll show you. If you guard break, use an M1 and an eye gouge, an M1 and a Surface Intervention Punch, it does more than a half of health, as I remember. And then you just press the gravitational shift, get the Uppercut to the Moon, and just kill him with an eye gouge. You can literally kill him just by a barrage, because of how much the damage moves do now. I do not understand how it is normal. And I didn't even use hamon, it was boxing. I'm scared to see how much damage does it do with the hamon. It's just, oh my gosh, it's too much. No. Yes, I'm happy with them making the Pocket Revolver now cancelable. Very good job. We all wanted it. Victim Clone has now longer cooldown. Love Train has now longer cooldown. You cannot just run infinitely. Good job. We all wanted that. Wormhole Nails now go through walls. Good job, we all wanted that, but no one wanted an unblockable second hit of a Surface Intervention Punch and a barrage that does half of someone's health. Oh yeah, and of course, the quality of life made it so you automatically start sprinting whenever you charge hamon or spin. Good job, we all wanted that, yes. But why the frick do we see people's health now?